Hey awesome friends, welcome back to the channel. I am Awesome Danny, and this little guy is the Surfans S28 Music Player. So this was sent out by Surfans for review. They didn't ask that I say anything in particular, just to give it an honest review. Thank you Surfans for making this video possible. So when I first got this S28, I was immediately impressed by the build. Let's just go over a little tour real quick. You do have your power button here on the side. There is the playback controls here. You have previous track, next track, play, pause. On the top you have a headphone jack and a balanced output jack. 2.5 for the balanced, 3.5 for the headphone jack. And then you have this nice little knob. It has a nice soft click to it, so you can definitely feel it. It is a little light, so it's actually quite easy to, you know, hit the volume. When the screen is locked, everything is locked, so you can't do anything when the screen's off. You have to deliberately bring up the player and push the power button, which will, you know, turn on the screen and unlock it, and then you're able to do whatever you want to do. So on the bottom we have our charging port, which is USB-C, and then we also have our SD card port, which this came with a 32GB micro SD card. You do have to load up your own music files on this if you want to play. It is a overall just very bare bones and deliberate music player. That's what it's designed to do, that's what it does, and that's all that it's going to do. So the front and the back have a pre-installed screen protector, and they're both made out of glass. The body itself is some sort of metal, I assume aluminum, because it has a good amount of heft, but it's not heavy. It's just sturdy and well built. My thing is I always check to see if something feels like a solid singular piece, you know, that inspires confidence in the build and durability. No shaking, no noise, no rattling, nothing. The micro SD card slot supports up to 512GB. Yes, there's some other players nowadays that seem to support more, but man, how much music do you guys have? Like, this has 32GB, and I was able to put quite a few albums on here just to test. And I'm probably going to swap it over to one of my 128 gig SD cards, and that'll probably be what lives in this player. Like, I'm going to end up using this player. It's going to be one of my actually used players, but I don't know, whatever, just ranting. Professional yapper here. So the screen is a touchscreen. It is 3.5 inches. The resolution is actually quite okay. I'm not sure exactly what the resolution is, but everything is clear. Oh, also, by the way, I'm wearing Zins today. I'm going to start wearing these in a lot of videos because I have way too many and they're beautiful. So go ahead and check these out. We got two Zins, 8 core, both of them, and they're beautiful. I'll leave the links down in the description for you guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into some spec talk. You know, all that nerdy stuff, all that stuff that like makes a difference, but I don't need to know how it works. So I'm going to go ahead and read off my list here because I can't memorize all these numbers. As far as the DAC chip that's in here, it's actually DAC chips, 2. We get 2 chips for the price of 1. Well, I'm not sure what the price would be for 1, but you get the idea. They're both ESS 9018K 2M chips. Not sure what flavor that is, but pretty good chips. We get a wide variety of formats supported. Like, I'll put them up here. This is a lot of formats. Like, I've been doing this for a while. You know, I've been listening to music for what, 2 decades at this point. And I can tell you, I only recognize like 3 of these. Like, there's only one that really matters. Let me know in the description which one you think is the one that matters, but there's only one correct answer. But that is supported here. But we also get all of these other ones supported as well. So no matter what format you're into, you should be good, I hope. There's probably more formats than these, isn't there? So this device actually has Bluetooth as well. But this Bluetooth, it's a little freaky deaky Bluetooth, because this Bluetooth actually goes both ways. So you have bi-directional Bluetooth audio here. So this thing, you can have your music on here, right? You shove your music in here with the SD card in the SD card hole, and you have music, and then it'll push it out through your jacks or Bluetooth. So you got Bluetooth stuff, this will push the audio there. But you can actually also send Bluetooth audio in and then listen to it. Off my phone, I can just connect to this and then send my music from there, and then have my headphones in here, and then have this like in a shirt pocket or a regular pocket or somewhere you can listen to your music. It's going to be streamed straight onto here via Bluetooth, and then come out one of these holes and into your holes. That's actually really cool because it just gives you a whole nother option, more versatility, more things you can do with it. The Bluetooth codecs that this supports is AAC, SBC, LDAC, aptX. LDAC's the only one that matters. Everybody else can cope. LDAC gang over everything. So overall battery life, I actually been using this for a little bit over 2 weeks now. I think I've been using it quite a bit. It's been like my main player here at home, which I mean, I've been just at home because I've been sick, but whatever. So pushing it, like, and when I mean pushing, I mean using balanced output with high gain, because there is gain options, high gain, low gain, and doing like Bluetooth, LDAC, like actually pushing it, or any of those scenarios. So like where you were doing wireless or doing balanced or doing high gain, I was getting roughly 15 to 18% burned every hour or so, like right around the hour. Yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean, that's really pushing, and that's not something I would do like out if I was using it portably. When doing it in my actual usual listening setup, where I would put something wired in, not even use balance, just use the 3.5 millimeter out, low gain, because IAMs don't need more power than that. Just wired with my music files on there, you know, just flex over the 3.5 into IAMs. I was getting about 10 to 12% every hour, which is pretty good. I mean, I could get through a whole day with that, just fully charged, head out the door, and using it here and there. Like if I had a full busy day, using it here and there, even with pushing it and using the higher powered setup, I feel like I could get through the whole day with either one of those two. Your mileage may vary. So this thing also has quite a bit of extra features. Like you have ebooks on here. Do you guys read on these things? Why would you ever read on these things? I guess if you had them on there, you could, but man, they need to add like manga on here, a manga reader or something. Dang kids with your Janime and mangoes. But there is a lot of little things you can do, a lot of ways you can tinker. Like I mentioned, you can change your gain. There are some filters you can go through. There is some EQ. You can customize the UI a little bit. It's mostly just the colors. You also do have double tap to wake up, which, I mean, it makes it convenient if you can't get to the, like, when you have this on your desk, it's really easy to like double tap to wake up and then just hit the volume or something, and then you're good. Overall, my experience has been pretty good with this device. It was actually a lot better than I expected. You know, I mostly use the M300, just this guy right here. Amazing DAP, just a lot more versatile, you know, a lot more things it can do because it's Android based, but also, you know, it can kill battery a lot faster. You know, there's pros and cons to both. As far as the sound goes, so sound on the S28, very minuscule change, could definitely just be placebo, but it sounded a little bit cleaner and a little bit more spacious than like the M300. Just a little bit more concise. It cleaned things up just a little bit. It made things sound just a little bit more roomy, which I really like. I prefer that type of sound presentation. Also, with the power output, I didn't have any issues with anything that I would be using, you know, realistically on a DAP. If I'm using portably, if I'm out and about, and even with some things that I wouldn't, like the, what is it, the HD 600s up there or anything like that, full headphones, it was powered fine. But any IMs, no issues whatsoever. So overall, what this thing is just a very simple, very deliberate way to just take your music on the go. You put your music on the SD card and you put it in the device, and it does what it's designed to do. There is some extra features, but it's not flashy and it doesn't try to do too much. It's on the simpler side. As for my rec rating goes, I give this a solid 2. It is a decent option. It's currently been on sale too. I've seen a few sales here and there. When I got it, it was actually I believe $15 off, which is decent. So it comes down to around 150 bucks plus tax or whatever. For that price, It's a little difficult because it's kind of in the middle. There's an in between here. There's some stuff that is cheaper that does things kind of like this, but there's also stuff that is a little bit more that does more than this. But then there is trade-offs either way. You're either going to get more power, less power. You're going to get Android, less battery life, or more battery life, less features, or less portability. For what this is, it's a decent device and does its job. But that's it, guys. Surfans S28, rec rating 2. I'll go ahead and leave the link in the description for you guys if you want to go check it out. Let me know in the comments if you guys want me to check out more of the Surfans catalog. They have a lot of players. Like I said, I really enjoyed this one, so now it's got me curious about the other ones. Make sure you consider liking and subscribing. We're trying to hit 2,000 before the end of the year. Every time that you guys like or subscribe, I give Sunny a treat, but not at once because that'd probably be kind of bad. Thank you guys. I am Awesome Danny. Until next time, you stay awesome, friends. Bye.